Good afternoon and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Grover, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Grover's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give him while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Grover's been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. Grover is seated very nicely on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they're going to demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash, and Fred and Grover take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Grover heel, and you just start walking and Grover will fall in line on your left-hand side. We've also incorporated an automatic sit, so anytime Fred stops his feet, Grover will sit. It's important that Grover walks at your pace on your left-hand side. He shouldn't try to pull ahead or drag behind. If he does try to pull ahead, the first word out of your mouth is no, followed by a tug and let go correction, and you repeat the command to heel and you start walking again. There's that automatic sit. Now the next command they'll demonstrate is the stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm an inch or so from Grover's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He then walks out to the end of the training leash. It's a great exercise to build up self-control in Grover. You want to start practicing this one at about a minute and work your way up in increments to about 3. And when Fred returns back to Grover, he's going to walk all the way around him, providing an added distraction as he goes behind him, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Grover remains seated throughout. Fred gives him a little praise, and they take off heeling again. We'll show you a little more of the heel sit and stay. There's that automatic sit.
Stay.
He gives him the stay again, and back out to the end of the training leash. This time, instead of returning back to Grover, Fred will demonstrate the come or recall command. You're going to call him in using his name. He's going to come in and sit in front of you. Then we have an exercise called the finish, where you're going to heel Grover right around the back of you to get him right back to that left-hand side heel position. He's going to demonstrate it one more time. He gives him the stay, out to the end of the training leash. Calls him in. Comes in, sits right in front. And then the finish, you heel him right around the back of you and right back to your left-hand side and he'll sit. It's a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Grover, about 15-20 minutes a day, just to keep them fresh in his mind. You can practice inside or outside your home, and just incorporate your commands into your daily routines with Grover. Next we'll show you our down commands. The first is down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word from command to down.
Stay.
He gives him a stay and back out to the end of that training leash. It's another great exercise to build up self-control in Grover. Start practicing this one at about 3 minutes and work your way up to about 5. And when Fred returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him as he did on the sit stay and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Grover remains down throughout and they take off heeling again. I'll show you that down again when he comes back around. He gives him the down and the stay, back out to the end of the training leash. And this time he'll demonstrate that come or recall command right out of the down. And call him in, he comes in, sits in front. And then the finish where you heel him right around the back of you to get him right back to your left-hand side and he'll sit. We'll give them a second to get lined up for our final command, which will be down from a distance. Now if you give Grover a command and he doesn't obey it, the first word out of your mouth is no, followed by a tug and let go correction, and then you want to repeat your command.
Stay.
And this will be the down from a distance. You're going to leave him in a sit stay, walk out to the end of the training leash. This is when you're going to use your right hand to give the command, and Fred drops him into a down from the end of the training leash. He then returns back to him once again by walking all the way around and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Excellent job. Alright, we've demonstrated a few of the obedience commands we've worked on with Grover here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Grover, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal